the Vice Chancellor, Professor Peter Muchiri, the DVC, Professor Esther Magiri, university organizers, administrators, international and local partners, students, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Tony Githinji. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Semiconductor Technologies Limited. It's with great humility and pride as alumnus of this great university to give this keynote speech on this 7th DeKUT International Conference on Science, Technology, and Entrepreneurship for SDG. To stand before you today as a recipient of the honoris causa Doctorate of Engineering and to be mentioned shoulder to breast among the other great honoris causa recipients like Dr. Duncan Degwa, Dr. Excellency Mwai Kibaki, President Thabo Mbeki, and Professor Akihiko Saito. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to this institution that is now, in my opinion, the leading science and technology university in Kenya and in the region. This distinction is not by chance. It is in many ways because of the steadfast visionary leadership of Vice Chancellor Peter Muchiri, Vice Chancellor Emeritus Professor Dirango Kioni, the university administration, and the amazing student body. Recently, this university was selected to spearhead the Origin Labs initiative by the United Nations Economic Council for Africa. This program is designed to enhance the university education to not only produce excellent graduates, but to develop entrepreneurs, innovators, and employers instead of merely job seekers. A little bit about myself. I'm an electrical engineer, an electronics engineer by training. My profession, however, is in the semiconductor and microchip manufacturing space, where I have been the last 25 or more years. In my career, I have participated in the development and deployment of advanced semiconductor technology in large Fortune 100 companies in the United States, in Europe, Southeast Asia, and the Far East. I have led numerous research and development projects in material sciences and advanced device technology. In my experience, the development of a durable science and technology ecosystem is a formula for industrialization and economic advancement. A little bit about Semiconductor Technologies Limited. I am the founder of STL. We are the first, fastest, and only semiconductor manufacturing company in Africa. Our core competency is chip manufacturing, contract research and development in nanotechnology, advanced machine manufacturing, supply chain cybersecurity, and semiconductor workforce and skills development. We are located on this campus, the Dedan Kimathi University campus. We are now over 100 employees, of whom 70% are women engineers. The average age of our employees is under 25 years. With these vital statistics, they describe not just STL. These demographics indeed talk to the youth and dynamic human capital of Kenya and the continent. 75% of our population is between 18 and 35 years old. The population of our continent will exceed 2.5 billion people by 2050. All this while maintaining these vital and critical demographics. About our foundation, the Helena Wangoi and Imelda Tapologo Foundation, named after my mother and my wife's mother, God rest their souls. Our core mission is to promote STEM education to underprivileged girls and to foster gender inclusivity in science and innovation. Our goal at Hewitt is to mentor girls from poor backgrounds in our community to uptake science and to change the trajectory of their lives and uplift their community. I'd like to talk a bit about STL and DeKUT's partnership. We are in partnership with the Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. We have developed a very compelling cooperative framework anchored in building capacity in semiconductor manufacturing, research and development, and entrepreneurship. Over 80% of our employees are graduates of DeKUT. Take it from me, the output of this university is exceptional. We're very grateful to be partners with the Dedan Kimathi University of Technology. This cooperation is not just in semiconductors. We're exploring joint programs in data science applications and computing technology. Our goal is to include all disciplines in the university to create an edifice that leverages all the talent pools. As an industry partner, we provide training in industry standard commercial applications that allow students to immediately contribute to their career development. Furthermore, we provide a feedback loop that allows the university to augment its curricula to subscribe to the industry's needs. This model is very valuable and unique in Kenya. It allows graduates to also think about entrepreneurship in the course of their education. We intend to accelerate this model to other universities in Kenya and in the region and continent-wide. Allow me to describe two important platforms that we are developing. First is Origin Labs. Origin Labs is an initiative from the United Nations Economic Council for Africa. Also in the context of the Alliance for Entrepreneurial Universities. As the name suggests, the Origin Labs is supposed to or is designed to catalyze entrepreneurship as a function of our academic ecosystem. The second is STL's Open Silicon Foundry platform. The STL's Open Silicon Foundry platform is yet another ecosystem very much like Origin Labs that allows for innovators, academics, research and development agencies to develop chip technologies that can be used in applications from ICT to biomedical, to automotive, to aerospace in small, inexpensive batches. And the output of this is to allow innovators to internalize and own chip technology for the advancement of our industrialization and economics agenda. Now, to the body of my speech today, which has to do with exponential technology. Now, exponential technologies are technologies that have taken hold and that are expanding at a very rapid pace, and they are transcendent technologies that need to be developed with care, and they need to be developed with conscience, and that need to be developed in an environment of inclusivity. These exponential technologies include, for instance, 3D printing, robotics, synthetic biology, artificial intelligence. I will discuss these technologies in the context of building resilient supply chains. Our global supply chains continue to be defined by change and uncertainty. In the advent of exponential technologies, the pace of technology evolution is unprecedented and unpredictable. Especially in the African continent, impact to our society is adversely affected due to the disparity of resources and the lack of context. Yet, despite these headwinds, the continent is showing nascent signs of leadership in advanced technology, adoption, and innovation beyond soft skills. The fourth industrial revolution is creating demand for industrialization and value addition in the continent. Indeed, Africa is the last frontier where these challenges of our time will be resolved. In an op-ed piece in the Guardian newspaper, while reflecting on the advanced semiconductor chip supply chains, John Norton wrote, when the history of our time, and I quote, when the history of our time comes to be written, one thing that will amaze historians is how an entire civilization managed to impale itself on its worship of optimization and efficiency. End quote. The advanced science and technology ecosystem need not pursue the same ideology as did the large multinationals that neglected diversification and resilience in pursuit of profits, optimization, and efficiency in manufacturing. This has created single points of failure that are susceptible to shock and disruption. In the semiconductor industry, Taiwan is the largest exporter of advanced semiconductor chip technology in the world. Singularly, TSMC, which is a Taiwan Semiconductor and Manufacturing Corporation, is the leading semiconductor chip manufacturer. To add insult to injury, Taiwan is in a potential flashpoint precipitated by the estrangement of China and the United States in global economics. This has the potential of giving way to dystopia and conflict. The lessons of COVID-19 and the war in the Ukraine need to be foremost in our minds. The entire chip supply chain and indeed the world order showed signs of stress and dysfunction due to COVID. There is a crucial need to emphasize on resilience and diversification. Furthermore, the consumption of exponential technologies like artificial intelligence must not lead to biased algorithms and degenerative and unethical AI applications. This will have severe impact on the world at large, but more so in our continent. Semiconductor Technologies Limited, with our partners and stakeholders, is designing an Africa-centric supply chain for advanced technology that is resilient, diverse, inclusive, and transformational. With the lens of diversification and inclusive value chains, STL and its stakeholders, nations, private sector, academia, and foundations are co-creating the ACSC, the Africa Continent Semiconductor Consortium. Africa is largely the dark continent as refers to advanced technology. Yet, Africa holds over 50% of all the world's resources used in the development of these exponential technologies. ACSC will create a Marshall Plan to lift the continent from the scourge of pestilence and strife to an optimistic and equal partnership to the global supply chains and take advantage of our critical biometrics of youth and industriousness. Africa must no longer be the testing ground for all the world's ills. There's a place where talk must lead to action, and action must deliver the promise to a people that have long awaited the fresh air of liberty, self-reliance, and inclusivity. We demand that future technology be context sensitive. Let us design our exponential technologies guided by our own data sets and avoid retrogressive algorithms that will continue to disadvantage us. We're optimistic, and we have the will and the capacity to light up our continent and our people. Colin Powell, former Secretary of State and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, I quote, "Perpetual optimism is a force multiplier," end quote. We are an optimistic continent. We are an optimistic country. We must own our destiny by embracing technology. A little bit about Kenya and exponential technology. The GDP of our country is 60% dependent on agriculture. Climate change and extreme weather events are things that we're living through today. Exponential technologies bring opportunity and peril in equal measure. Food security and elimination of hunger and malnutrition must also be forefront in our agenda. In this particular use case, artificial intelligence and other exponential edge technologies can be used to improve yield, to predict severe outcomes of climate change, and solve the wealth and poverty gap. And so, because this talk is primarily about technology, science, innovation, the key takeaways for me of this 7th DeKUT International Conference of Science and Technology and Innovation are threefold. One, awareness. Let us not be left behind. Let us embrace and own these exponential technologies. STEM and adoption of technology must be the first thing that we think about when we talk about industrialization and the economics of our country and our continent. Early childhood adoption of STEM is important to bring a new generation of innovators and entrepreneurs. At STL, we desire to build science centers in all the locations that we will grow to, which happen to be 5 to 10 locations in Kenya and the region in the next 5 years. Science centers will provide exhibitions to demystify science and allow for us to own our technology roadmap. Second is impact. We must understand how technology impacts our society and our community. We have to embrace technology in the lens of technology and ethics, sustainable development, climate change, youth and gender inclusivity. And last but not least, we must create innovation ecosystems. We must believe in the ideology of democratization of technology, where technology is free and available, just like our freedom and the air that we breathe. We must not forget that we must invest in our future. We must create avenues for workforce development and skills. We must acquire partners and acquire progressive stakeholders. The old adage says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. It is my belief that we can both go fast and we can go together. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, the event organizers of this great summit. And I thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be your keynote speaker. Thank you very much.